Hey y'all, my name is Kim. I'm your over 50 makeup teacher, and today's topic is girlfriend makeup. What's girlfriend makeup? Well, you know how when a bunch of girls get together and we start to talk about products? Well, this is one product that this girlfriend is telling you about that you're going to want to share with other girlfriends. So I have been in this beauty space for, almost 5 years, and I am 55. So I spent my entire career in public school education as a teacher. And once I hit 50, I learned real quick that makeup takes on a whole new life with mature skin. So the topic today is sharing what we share as girls, as women, with one another. And this is one that you're going to want to share with somebody else. So I am talking about this makeup, okay? It's as big as a deck of cards. It is personalized. When I open this magic book, it is personalized to colors that are for me. For me personally, these are foundation colors, lip and cheek colors, eyeshadows, concealers, everything right here. And it is all refillable. So the minute that you say, well, Kim, I don't really wear foundation, I'm like, okay, cool. You can still build your magic book, okay? Whatever works for you. Maybe you're like, I don't like contour. I don't contour. Okay, then don't put a contour in your magic book. I'm here to share how simple this makeup product is for you and for your girlfriends. And what I love the most about it is the fact that you don't need very much product. This will last you months. It's affordable because when you go into the large cosmetic stores, it's overwhelming and you don't come out of there under $100, okay? And that's for maybe one or two items. What about your whole face for about that much? It just depends because you personalize it, all right? I'm ready to open it up. Thank you. Hello from Puerto Rico. Let me know where you're watching from. This live is not going to go for very long. This is simply to show and share from one girl to another. All right, so here is what mine looks like. It's as big as a deck of cards, but it has two levels. Here in a mirror and here. I have in here my foundation, my concealer, my lip color, my cheek color, my color corrector, eyeshadows, all of it. Okay, it's here. And I can do a personal color match on you, okay, from a selfie, just in this lighting. Like I have no filters. I don't use filters, okay? I teach over 50 makeup tips. I don't use filters. Nobody needs a filter, okay? In my opinion, we don't, and that's part of the reason that we're in this predicament now as women who are midlife, because we feel like we have this expectation that is basically unreachable, right? Because we use filters and make our skin flawless. But the truth of the matter is our skin has, hey Sam, our skin has texture. It does. End of story. Okay. And the brand is cruelty free, Laurie. It sure is. So anyway, let's get started. Okay. I'm so excited to show you guys this. Oh, before we start. All right. You need to make sure your skin's good. Okay. What do you do first before you put on makeup? If you don't do anything else, is you have to hydrate it. Don't ever put makeup on really dry skin. So if you notice that your skin or your makeup is like separating, looks scaly, when you zoom in, it doesn't look like skin, you can actually see flakes, then you need to exfoliate. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this. This is a Korean skincare balm stick. If you're interested in the Korean skincare that I use, comment K like in Kim and skin. I'll send you the link. It has changed and transformed my skin. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it right underneath of my eyes, right here, okay? A lot of texture there. I'm gonna hydrate my nasolabial folds. I can put this on my lips too. You can put it on your cuticles, you can put it on your marionette lines, you can put it on your 11s, all of it. It's the best 25 bucks on the planet. No lie, like literally the best 25 bucks in skincare that you could ever imagine. All right, so here we go. I'm excited to show you guys. Stay with me. All right, so You know, online, we see all of these people applying makeup in different ways, all right? Yes, there are a million different ways to apply makeup, but I want you to understand something. Sometimes the way that you see people applying makeup is just to grab your attention. Like, you know, what are they doing? But the reality of it is, especially for mature skin, is that we need another little twist in the technique, okay? So you're gonna see me use a combination of my finger and brushes, and I'm going to totally explain why I'm doing what. Like why I'm using a brush for this, why I'm using my fingers, because I think that's important to know. All right, so the brush that I like to use has like a fluffier end and then has a smaller end, all right? Now, the reason that I like this kind of a brush is because I like light coverage, all right? If you like more of a heavier coverage, a fuller coverage, then you would want a brush that has a more dense end on it. Something like this, okay? It's not going anywhere. You can't like fluff it, all right? I like to refer to it kind of like a carpet, you know? There's a tighter nap, like a Berber, and then the plush has like longer, more looser nap, okay? So tighter nap is gonna give you fuller coverage. Looser nap is going to give you a more like light coverage. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump in and I'm gonna color correct. Well, if this is my little book, okay, a little magic book, makeup book, on level 2, I've placed a color corrector. This one is in an orangey color, all right? And this orangey color looks like this, salmon. The reason that I've chosen this color is because salmon or orange, something from the orange family, helps to correct something that has blue in it. All right, here I have some blue, and the Korean skincare tremendously like did a number on my under eyes. Like I don't need to color correct near as much as I used to. All right, if you're interested in a color match, you can comment the word match too, and I'll send you the instructions for that. But let's watch, okay? Comment match at some point, but stay watching. So what I did, I'm gonna try and zoom in here, guys. This is all natural light. I'm just looking out my window. I don't have a makeup mirror on or anything because I want you to see truly what this makeup looks like in life, in real life. That's important. Like when you're out talking to people on the street, not in your bathroom with poor lighting. And when we end up doing our makeup in poor lighting, the objective is for makeup to look good when you are out. Okay, if you're not gonna spend your life in your bathroom. So, okay, so I did color correct that area. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in and I want to show you this. This is kind of like a pro tip. I have a lot of hyperpigmentation. Look, guys, can you see it? It's from the years of sun damage, okay? I'm not proud of it. It happened. I grew up in the 80s where I would bathe in baby oil and lay on my parents' roof outside, okay? Again, I'm not proud of it. It happened. And so, my hyperpigmentation has lightened tremendously since the Korean skincare, but it's still there. So I'm gonna go in with a bronzer, okay? And I'm gonna tone. Now look at me, look at me. This is just a little tappy tap. This is not grind your brush through. You know, whenever you see, I'm gonna back up because I feel like I'm so in your face. You know, when you see on videos that you'll see them like adding so much foundation and like creaming it all over their face. My approach to makeup is applying it where I need it, okay? So no more am I going in with one foundation color and applying it all over my face. So what I'm gonna do, think about this, it makes so much sense. If I'm going in with a bronzer, which is a warm color similar to my age spots, but I'm not tapping it on my age spots, I'm tapping it where it's a little lighter. I, in essence, am toning. I'm, in essence, evening out my skin tone. So that is another thing that you can be doing with bronzer. Bet you didn't know that. And these are all cream formulations. I did not mention that. Creams, y'all, if you have mature skin, you need to be going the cream route because they don't dry down. They move with the skin, okay? Because whenever you're using powders and liquids, they can be drying down so that the minute that you move your face, it's creasing. All right. And you can build product where you need it. It doesn't matter if you have oily skin. That's a misconception. Don't think that if you have oily skin that you cannot wear creams. Misconception. But most of the time, as we get older, our skin is getting drier. So you want more hydrating formulas. All right. So let's just watch. This is where my age spots are more concentrated. So I'm going to go a little bit, just a feather. Okay. Just a feather in the lighter areas. And I keep tapping in that bronzer. And feathering it in. This brush is called the Shape Brush. And all of this makeup is by a company called Seint. S-E-I-N-T. Okay? And Seint has been around since 2017, all right? But still so many people don't even know about it. And I'm like, I was in Maui a few weeks ago, and I was actually on a vacation with a bunch of Seint women, and it was more like a fun trip. And people would say like, why are you here? And I would tell them, and they're like, I've never heard of it. And I'm like, what? What? This is insanity, I tell you. All right, so that's all I did, okay? Now, what ends up happening when you end up toning around the dark spots or, focusing in, we always think that we need to erase color. But have you ever thought of adding color in order to give you a more natural, even look? It's a thought. Think about it that way. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in a little bit now darker with my bronzer, okay? So I toned really lightly. It was just totally like a little tap tap in the lighter areas. Because when you end up toning in the lighter areas, there's not that huge disparity between that dark age spot and the light areas. That's the reason that the dark spots are showing up, is because of the disparity in color. All right, so back into the bronzer, I'm gonna go ahead and put it right here and add dimension, okay? So in the form of a letter C. I really love cream bronzers. You can also do this with a contour, all right? One little pro tip again, as we age, we have hollowing of this area right here. If you're using a cool contour, cool meaning has more gray in it, avoid this area because that's going to make it appear more hollow. So bronzers are pretty safe to be able to use. And I think, at least my recollection was, there was a time when everybody wanted to bronze their face and I should say over bronze your face. So basically you were orange. And it scared the bejeebers out of everybody with bronzers. The floating head, floating neck, floating face look, it just scares people. But bronzer can be a mature woman's best friend, because on most cases, when you notice that your makeup is starting to show your fine lines, it's just too light. You need to warm it up. You need to get a little bit darker. And for me, that is one thing that really made the biggest difference, is that once I found the right colors of foundation and the right colors of concealer, it changed the game for me. So let me do that work for you. You can comment match and I'll match all of that, all of these colors. It's free, and it's totally free to do the match. So don't worry about having to pay something for the color match. And it's such a fun process, because you might look at your colors and say, oh, Kim, that's too dark. Trust me, I've matched thousands of women, and I know what the colors look like on the skin versus on the website, okay? The website, misleading. Don't do that. And I think that is a lot of the reason why you can get it in the UK. Woo woo, spread the word. This is Girlfriend Makeup. That's why we're here. I'm your girlfriend telling you, you need this makeup and you need to share this makeup with your friends too. All right, so guys, Kim hasn't put on any foundation yet. Nothing. None. So do I have to worry about creasing? No. Do I have to worry about, over accentuating fine lines? Not yet, but we're getting there. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to now apply what Saint refers to as highlights. The reason that they call them highlights and not foundation, but it is your foundation, is because they believe that these colors should highlight your face, your features, instead of covering them up. And so we have this misconception that we need to cover our entire face. And where did that happen? I'm not sure over time where that occurred, that we need to cover everything. But for me, I'm an up-close makeup person. I just want to give a nice, polished, radiant look. So I'm going to go in. I have 2 highlights here, and I'm going to give you 2. Here's the reason I have 2. I have a summer color, and I have a winter color. And when in the fall and in the spring, guess what I can do? I can mix them. And that's where we are right now. We are in the spring. I just got back from Maui, so I'm a little bit darker. I'm going to go in and pop into both, and I'm going to feather my foundation, because remember, I used the bronzer and evened it out. Now when I go in with my foundation, this is the Shape brush. Shape, S-H-A-P-E. It's my favorite brush. Okay, it's totally my favorite brush. It is all customizable. So each one of these guys is $16. This will last me 3 to 4 months. No kidding. One will last me 3 to 4 months. And all of these do not come due at the same time. You have to understand that. I was using Bare Minerals for a very long time. I'm almost ashamed to say. I was using medium beige for 24 years. Guys, we're not the same color for that many years. So if you are still using the same color of foundation all of these years, and you're like, something is just not working, it's that, okay? We're not the same color. Now, I'm gonna dab into my lighter color for this area right here. And the reason being is because I added dimension and depth up here with my bronzer. I wanna keep this half moon right here a little bit lighter. Okay, if I end up darkening that area, then I've just kind of taken the dimension away. So the idea is to keep the middle of the face pretty light, and then darken and sculpt the perimeter. I'm even going to show you how I do my nose. All right, and I haven't applied any concealer, because you're probably like, this is, like, I can still see the orange color corrector. Okay, there are only 11 ingredients in this product line. 11. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my bronzer right now and very lightly just show you, and you can do this with a contour as well, and you probably do want to use a little bit more of a cooler contour. You can put a contour in here, but I went ahead and added a little bit of sculpting right there down the center of my nose. It's not going to stay that way, because the next color I'm jumping into is my concealer. And you can see this is getting low. I've had this for probably 4 months, maybe 5 months. What I also love, let me show you how these work. This is one of the lids. This baby has like a little bevel on it. It's genius. They pop this down in. I can't look in my phone and look down at the same time. It pops in and out just like this, okay? And you can pop this out, lay it on a skillet in on low heat, and melt all of that back down in. So then it fills up the bottom of the tin, and you'll get another month or 2 out of it, okay? So just when you think like, oh my gosh, I'm getting low, you're really not. All right, so I'm gonna go into that. Now here's where my finger comes in. All right, so I like to use my finger for my concealer. This area, the skin around your eye, you have to be very gentle. Number 2, my finger is warm. This makeup will melt. And that's the idea. It melts into your skin. It looks like a second skin. That's the idea. That's why it kind of looks so glowy and natural on. So I'm gonna take a little bit of my concealer. I'm placing it right over top of that color corrector, but I want you to look at this little sweet spot that I'm placing it. Okay, so I'm not going all the way under my eye with the concealer. When you have dark under eyes and you take a light concealer and you put it underneath your eyes, all you're doing is making it gray. Okay, or in order to try and cover the gray, you keep adding more product, hence all of the creasing that's happening later. So instead, I will take that lighter concealer or that lighter highlight color and I'll place it directly under my eye. But the lighter color goes in the sweet spot to bring light. So this is kind of the look that we're going for. I'm going to take that concealer and I'm going to pull it right down the middle of my nose. Voila! Okay, you can get the idea of what's happening. And then we're going to do that right over here. Comment match if you're interested in a personal color match from me. And if you're interested in the Korean skincare that's completely transformed my skin. Oh my gosh, comment K, like in K, Kim, and skin. And I'll go ahead and get you just the basic information. You can let me know what kind of skin type you have. All right, so Christine, I have Hazel and I have Athens, and then I mix the two in the seasons, in the mid-seasons, and then Hazel is my summer color and Athens is my winter color. You guys, I'm so excited. This is girlfriend makeup. Like, we need to be sharing good stuff with one another. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take that brush and tap that underneath my eyes. And then I'm gonna take the brush and I'm gonna tap that on top of my nose. Now, I don't want those two brown lines going right down my nose. What I want is I want just the shadow to stay, okay? All right, I will upload this live to my profile. And let me tell you this, if you're not currently following me, go up to my photo, click follow, because Instagram might not show you the links. All right, and that goes for anybody really. When you're asking for links and like you never get them, it could be because you don't follow them. All right, and Instagram, it hides them from you. All right, so let's just really quick recap. Bronzer, I applied to tone the lighter areas. I applied it to my forehead and my cheekbones. I even went ahead and sculpted my nose. These two are my foundation shades. I mixed them and I filled in where I needed extra coverage. My concealer, that was to brighten. You just saw me brighten. Page 2 of my magic book, the color corrector, that's what I used to color correct the blue underneath of my eyes before I concealed. Now it's time to add color. This is a lip and cheek color, and lots of these guys you're able to use on the eyes too. Okay, so let's go in and I'm just gonna use a little bit on my brush, and you might be like, that's really dark purple. Yes, it is. But when you're using creams, you have the flexibility of adding however much color you want. The reason for sculpting your nose, it helps to make your nose look thinner. You guys, you know that as you get older, your nose doesn't stop growing. The joy of all things that doesn't stop growing, it's your nose, for real. Because when you're adding that dark color right there, that shadowing, it's making that area recede. All right, and then you bring that light color down through the middle. It's making that area come forward, giving the illusion that you have a slimmer nose, okay? All of the pans are the same size, okay? So, you know, somebody might wear this color. Why is your concealer in a large pan? That's because this could be somebody's main shade. All right, these are all the same. They're just called highlights. It's just a color. I called it a concealer because, yeah, nose and ears. I called it a concealer because that's how most people can relate to it. Many women know what concealer is. All right, so let's go ahead and add a little bit of that same color onto my lips. You can use it as a stain, or you can use it as a full out lip color, okay? Now, again, these shades are versatile. So this was the color I color corrected. What if I put it on my lips too and mixed it with that other color? Hello. this is really the only book of makeup that you are ever gonna need in your lifetime. I could also use this on my cheeks. I also love to mix this with my bronzer. It is gorgeous, okay? Truly gorgeous. All right, let's do eyes. I put 4 eyeshadow shades in here. If you don't do eyeshadow, then don't put eyeshadow shades in there. I'm gonna jump into my concealer and I'm going to go ahead and tap it on my eyelids to even out any discoloration, okay? So it's really important that when you have textured eyelids and you have a lot going on, like I have like veins, you see those blue and purple veins, you want to even out your canvas just like an artist does. Okay, you want a clean canvas before you begin your artwork. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. You just have a different style. You might have demi. I see what you're saying. Yeah. The UK is getting it. The Netherlands is getting, the UK, you can get this makeup. Australia and the Netherlands, it's coming to you in the spring, so soon. So get color matched. You can still comment match. Canada, you can get it. The United States can get it. It's coming to Mexico. So if you haven't heard of it, guys, comment match. You just get on my mailing list, and when it comes to you, I'll let you know. This concealer is called Palace. Has a little bit of a pink tint. So like, just think about this. If you're not much of an eyeshadow girl, then just do your concealer and add some mascara and go. All right? All right, so I'm gonna jump in. Let me find an eyeshadow brush here. Guess what the name of this brush is called? It's called the eyeshadow brush. My God, that's genius. All right, I'm just gonna make sure that my brush is cleaned off good. And then I'll just give you a really quick eyeshadow tutorial. Red in your face? Yes, then I can give you something with a little bit of green in it to take the red out of your face. But really, that truly can be helped with the Korean skincare. So comment K and skin and fill out that form and tell me you have rosacea or redness in your face, and I'll be like, I gotcha. Okay, so I have put 4 colors in here. I'm probably only gonna do like a 3 eyeshadow look, and I'm gonna start with this pink. Hence I'm wearing pink, so let's just do that. All right, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of pink and a fluffy brush. I'm gonna keep my eye open, and I'm going to deposit the color directly above my pupil, but directly above my crease, okay? I have deep set eyes, which means the brow bone is protruding, okay? So if I put a really dark color in my crease, it hollows out my eyes, makes me look kind of skeletorish, and I want the color to be seen because my crease is real deep, my brow bone is kind of protruding. If you have hooded eyes, this technique also works for you. So hooded eyes is when you have hooded eyes, that means the skin is touching that upper lash line. Okay, so you want to create a new crease. Age spots, what would you suggest? You can use a demi shade called Y01, or you can tone your age spots like I did at the very beginning. So I'll upload this, but I just put bronzer in the lighter areas around my age spots that make your age spots look less prominent, okay? Because sometimes when we start to over apply product in any one particular area, it looks like we've done that, and also will end up creasing and moving as the day goes on. Guys, I didn't close my eyes at all. I see exactly where I'm depositing the color. Oh my word, Zsa times 3. Age spots, you put the ream on stick. That's $25. I'm telling you guys. Comment KSKIN, and then if you're like, just tell me what the balm stick, the link to the balm stick, just tell me that in the DMs. All right, I just try to make your life easier, so when you comment, you can always talk to me in the DMs. Make sure you're following me though, because it might be hidden. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with this little darker color. This is called Cocoa, and I'm just going to take a wee little bit. All right, and I'm gonna just make a little stripe here. This might look odd. All right, so if I just put a little stripe right here and I don't go beyond my natural crease, okay, if I don't go beyond the shadow, then it's just going to look, it's going to drag my eye down and just look like I've deposited dark color. I've got to go beyond my crease and then make a little do me a favor, guys, if you're commenting Balm Stick, comment K, like in Kim, and Skin, and that way you'll get the links and then have the conversation about the Balm Stick with me in my DMs. Otherwise, you may not get anything, okay? It just is so confusing. So do you see that I ended up taking just one straight line in line with the tail of my brow, and then I'm just feathering the product straight across. Da, 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 just like that. You guys see that? Okay, it's like a number 7, but you've got to take that line above your crease. Okay, and then I'm just going to blend that a little bit. Let me know, if you're just popping on, let me know where you're from. Then I'm going to do the same over here. Eye open. Here is where my crease is. The line is going to go up from the corner of my eye. It's not going to go this way toward the corner. I don't want it to go straight out. I want it to go up toward the tail of my brow. The tail of your brow should not extend beyond the corner of your eye. Otherwise, it drags your eye down. So one line straight up, above the crease, feather it inward, straight across. Y'all, this works for hooded eyes, okay? Cape May, New Jersey, Sydney, Sweden. All right, so far, all of you guys, if you are in the UK, you're able to get this makeup right now. If you are in the Netherlands or in Australia, you're going to be able to get it in coming month or 2. So get matched so that you are ready. I'm going to go ahead and flip this brush over and feather that in so that it looks really natural. No wonky edges. All right, look how pretty that is. I'm just going to take the brown and we're just going to carry that underneath of your eyes. So long eyeliner, so long heavy black eyeliner. I still use it occasionally, and there is always a time and a place, but I really like this soft look with eyeshadow. Okay, where does shimmer go when you're over 50? This is the only place. Right on the lid. That's it. Don't put it in your crease. Don't put it up here. And before anybody says, I can wear it wherever I want. Yes, you can. I'm just telling you some basic principles. So anything that is sparkly or shimmery is going to accentuate texture and fine lines. And if you put it right there, okay, when you look down, when you look up, when you blink, everybody just gets a little hint of shimmer. But how pretty is this? Let's go ahead and add a little bit of mascara. Saint has this mascara. It's a volumizing mascara called Lash Velvet. I want to show you this brush. Are you ready for it? This is the brush, and it is magnificent, okay? And it is not a death trap trying to get it off. Y'all know what I mean, okay? The trap of having a chisel, you needing a chisel to get the mascara off. Thank you. That's me. I'm a natural look girl. I don't do Botox. I don't do fillers. I haven't done any surgeries on my face. This is just me. And when you kind of lift the expectation of wanting to look younger and shifting it to, I just want to look good at my current age, it literally makes life more joyful. And so, like I said, I'm 55. I want to look my best at 55. I want to feel my best at 55. These are just some little things that I do. Y'all, thank you for joining me. I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to take my Korean skincare setting spray. I said that right, Korean skincare setting spray. It's coming out in about 20 days. It's Korean skincare, but it sets your makeup. It is the finest mist. It gives you that extra glow on top. It smells really nice, but not overpowering. And also, it will help your makeup to be able to stay. You guys, my name is Kim. I'm your over 50 makeup teacher. Comment match if you want a color match, because I can help you with your coloring. Comment K, like in Kim, and skin if you're interested in getting all of the information about the Korean skincare ritual that has changed my skin. If you go to my highlight bubble, you'll see something called skincare. Go check out my before and afters. Amazing. All right. Thank you guys for spending your day with me. You're awesome. See you soon.